Story 1. AITA for being brutally honest to my wife about cheating. So this happened over the past weekend. We were at a party with friends and this question popped up. We essentially had a small never had I ever game, which is pretty childish looking back, but we're all in our later 20s, so it isn't that bad. One of the questions was, never have I ever forgiven a partner for cheating. A few people counted that as something they did, including my wife. I expressed my surprise about it since I wouldn't expect her of all people to give someone a chance after cheating. Other than that, the night went on just fine and I was driving us home. I don't drink, I hate alcohol. I asked her about the whole situation with forgiving a partner for cheating. In her words, her ex-boyfriend of so many years back cheated on her. He came clean about it and they tried again, but then he went and did it again in the same manner. She said she didn't regret giving him a second chance and would do the same if I happened to cheat. I figure this is just her being drunk. I have no intention of cheating on her. In absence of any answer from me, she asks if I'd do the same for her. I bluntly told her that I wouldn't be able to forgive cheating, nor would I ever expect to be forgiven for cheating if I somehow ended up doing it. Short of physical abuse or other heinous acts, it's the worst thing you can do to someone you love. I don't know what happened to her after that, but she stopped talking the rest of the car ride. Ever since then, she's been dead silent around me. She isn't her usual bubbly self and is withdrawn when I have conversations with her. She avoids any questions about what happened on Saturday night too. I asked our mutual friends about any context I may have missed, and a few of them said that she must have taken it a bit too hard. As in me not being able to forgive her for hypothetical cheating means I don't love her as much as she loves me. Her two oldest friends kind of implied that I shouldn't have been so blunt about it.
Story 2. AITA for destroying my best friend's proposal because I believed she was being kidnapped. So this actually happened last weekend, and I'm still shaking. My best friend Emily, 29F, has been dating her boyfriend Chris, 31M, for about 4 years. I, 28F, love her to death, and I've always supported their relationship even though Chris is eccentric. He loves surprises and stuff. Think flash mobs and scavenger hunts that no one asked for. Anyway, I was visiting Emily. We were walking around catching up when this unmarked white van comes up next to us. 2 masked men jump out and grab her. She begins screaming. I freak out. So I did what any sane frightened human being would do. I grabbed my pepper spray, legal where I am, and yelled bloody murder, and went wild. Sprayed one dude in the face, kicked another in the shin, and literally pulled Emily back by the coat, while yelling for 911. Turned out it was Chris and 2 of his buddies. They were attempting this strange prank kidnapping into surprise proposal situation cause Emily wanted a proposal like in the movies. Chris was yelling, crying over the pepper spray. Emily was scared while the cops arrived. It was chaotic. Now Chris is angry. He tells me I ruined the most significant moment of their lives and embarrassed him in front of everyone. Emily tells me she understands why I freaked out, but wishes I'd read the room. But like, how was I going to know? It seemed real. She was crying, they had masks, and it was a literal van. Everyone's acting like I overreacted, but I genuinely thought she was being trafficked. AITA for spoiling the proposal.
Story 3. AITA, my wife became emotionally abusive since giving birth. She topped it off by cheating. Now she is begging me to reconsider. I, 28M, have been married to my wife, 27F, for 2 years, together for 4. 14 months ago, we had our first baby. She hasn't gone back to work, and I have been the sole breadwinner, her choice. And since she gave birth, my wife became a nightmare to deal with. She became irritable, angry at me for the smallest reasons. Complains about everything. Everything is somehow my fault. All she does is hold the baby all day, even if he didn't need to be held, and scroll through her phone. Everything else is my responsibility. We haven't had sex for over 1.5 years, and whenever I try to address it, she lashes out at me, because even though I'm the only who works and I do all the housework, yet I'm insensitive and don't care about her. I haven't brought up sex until 3 months postpartum. I was basically her emotional punching bag. I tried to get her to therapy, I tried to address her behavior, but all I get is more verbal abuse. I hated our marriage. I wanted to end it, but I was scared of the idea of co-parenting. I was scared of the social backlash of ending a marriage with a child involved. And also a small part of me was hoping that somehow things will get better. Well, last month she made it a lot easier to end it. She told me she was going to a bar with her friends. She came back home at 4 a.m. drunk. As soon as she slept, I snooped through her phone and found texts between her and a random guy implying that she went to a hotel room with him. I was almost relieved when I saw them. I can finally walk away from this miserable marriage without any guilt or regret. The first thing I did was take a DNA test for the baby. He is mine. As soon as the results came back, I informed my wife that I'm aware of her infidelity and our marriage is over. She broke down crying. She begged for my forgiveness. She tried to use every excuse in the book: postpartum depression, past trauma, alcohol. She promised to make it up to me. She said she would do whatever I want. Said that she doesn't want our family to break, but I wasn't having any of it. I have already hated this marriage, and the infidelity was just the nail in the coffin. We still live together, and she has been begging me to reconsider, promising me everything under the sun, but I have no intention to reconsider, and I told her she is not allowed to speak to me anymore. AITA?
Story 4. AITA for breaking my 12 years of friendship with my best friend after he took my wife out and advised her to be careful around me. I, 26M, got married to my wife, 24F, just 2 months ago. My best friend, who was a brother from another mother to me, betrayed me in ways I can't really forgive him. What he did is equivalent to having an affair with your best friend's wife. That type of shit. At least that's how I think about this situation. My wife told me few days ago that my best friend showed up without even telling her and offered to take her to lunch, and he said he wanted to talk to her, and my gullible wife went out with him. I actually don't blame her for that, tbh. He was my best friend, and after being friends for so many years, it's okay for my wife to trust him. My wife told me that my friend advised her to be cautious with me. He said I'm violent and get angry very easily, and I'm like a thug, and if I ever mistreat her, she should run and contact him. He's not wrong. I'm violent and gets angry easily, especially when it comes to my wife and family. I basically have anger written on my face. I hate socializing and converse with selected individuals. It's not like my wife doesn't know about this. She knows, and she is fine with living with me. And it also doesn't mean that I'll hurt my wife and my own family, and my wife knows that. After she told me what my friend did and what he said, I called him and told him that what he did was very wrong, and I didn't expect him to say something like this to my wife. He said he just wanted to tell my wife that if she's ever in trouble, she can seek help from him or anyone else. I told him to not bullshit me. I understand what he's trying to do, and so does my wife. We aren't idiots like him. I told him that I am breaking my friendship with him and he should never get anywhere near my wife ever for his sake. He said that I shouldn't break our decade-long friendship over something like this, even our mutual friends and his siblings. They are my friends as well, saying that I'm going too far. I don't think I went too far. If I did, he would have been in trouble, but am I asshole for cutting him off?
Story 5. AITA for telling my fiancé's daughter I'm not her mom after she called me a gold digger with a uterus. Yeah, that's what she said. Buckle up. I, 32F, have been with my fiancé, 38M, for almost 4 years. He has a daughter, 15F, from his first marriage. Her mom is very much in the picture, but she's more of a wine and vibes parent than someone who actually parents. I've been the one handling school stuff, doctor's appointments, making actual meals instead of Postmates every night, helping her through panic attacks, you name it. Now, I never tried to replace her mom, but I've been a consistent, caring adult in her life. I even helped plan her last birthday party when her mom completely forgot the date. Like, I've seriously bent over backwards for this kid. Fast forward to last weekend. We are at this fancy dinner with my fiancé's family, first time his extended family has met me, so I'm trying to make a good impression. Midway through, his daughter turns to me, smiles sweet as pie, and goes, So how does it feel being a gold digger with a uterus? That's what Mom says you are. Whole table stops. Someone chokes on their wine. I just sat there stunned for a second and said, "Oh, honey. I'm not your mom. I just happen to be the woman keeping your life together while she's out getting her chakras aligned." Fiancé was mortified. His daughter burst into tears and stormed out. He later said I stooped to her level, and that I need to apologize because she's just a kid repeating what she hears. I told him I've spent years being disrespected and taking the high road, and maybe the real problem is that a 15-year-old is walking around thinking she can say things like that and not get clapped back at. Now his family is split. Some think I was too harsh. Others say I just finally said what no one else would. So, AITA for finally telling this girl I'm not her mom when she decided to come for me in front of the whole damn family.